she's obviously intoxicated to everybody around her, and she starts yelling at Katy. Katy sees her and starts like yelling back at her. Now it's like a scene. So like the whole thing comes to a halt. There were a few chairs, I don't want to say thrown, but it got rough and we were asked to leave. And that is the last time I will take my grandmother to a Katy Perry concert. I mean, it was really embarrassing.
Well, at least she kept her shirt on this time. Chip, we actually started already. Hey, everybody. It's the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. My co-host to the right of me here, Mr. Chip Chantry. You know him from Netflix and his amazing stand-up special, Move Closer.
And to my left, in this beautiful red Hawaiian shirt, Emmy Award-winning writer and producer, Thomas O'Brien. You know what we should do right off the bat, Thomas, before we forget? It's time. Let's slather it up.
We got a slather coming, everybody.
Put a little sunblock on. It is toasty down in the basement today. It is humid, but I just need that burst of sunblock because I think it will be the first time in a basement that anybody ever does get sunburned.
Oh man,
you got some color on you.
I do have a little color. This is fresh from Disneyland, my man.
That's beautiful.
Took the baby, took the family, and I haven't been wearing this Hawaiian shirt life for very long, but full on Hawaiian shirt tan. It's my wife called me out on it the other day. She's like, whatever you're doing now, you have a deep V tan right here and some it's going way below the biceps on the arm. So it's a whole new tan line for me, Chip.
You got an Uncle Mike tan right now, buddy.
I do have an Uncle Mike tan. Do you have an Uncle Mike?
I don't, but that's who I used as a placeholder for most of my uncles.
I mean, I think
so in a way, yes, I have an Uncle Mike.
I have an Uncle Mike. My baby has an Uncle Mike. I think there's a lot of Mikes going around becoming uncles.
I think they are. That's what Mike's primary jobs are. By the way, I've realized this. Like, I'm not a father. I'm not going to be a father that I know of.
To be clear, you have children.
Yeah. Oh yes. But I'm not a father. I will say that much. No, I have three. There's not a gender non-specific to say nieces and nephews. Nephi. I have three. I have two nephews and a niece. And I feel like I'm just as engaged as an uncle as most fathers were back when we were kids. So in a way, I'm an 80s dad.
Uh-huh.
I'm an uncle to three, but in most cases, if this was 1982, I'm a father of three right now. I check in with them every week or so.
Uh-huh.
I usually don't spend the night. I get angry sometimes. And they get a card every Christmas.
Yeah, so, you're a classic 80s sitcom dad.
Yeah.
Didn't you go to something at a Phillies game or something? One of your...
last summer, my nephew, who is, 17 now, my oldest nephew.
Wow.
Is an amazing drummer. He's a great musician. And his high school marching band played the national anthem at the Phillies game last year. So we all went. Big family outing, both sides of the family. And... got to see him. I'm actually going to go see. He was actually just last night. I had a show, but I was going to go see him. He's in this crazy drum, competitive drum line. There was a movie made about drum lines about 20 years ago, and that I think was probably modeled off of what he's doing now. But basically, he's in almost a professional level marching band right now, where they travel the country. He's playing drums, and he's doing his thing, man.
Incredible.
As an uncle who is an 80s dad, I am imagining that he's doing well.
It sounds like that $5 that's coming in the birthday card is working its way up to a 10, buddy.
I think it might be. Speaking of working our way to a 10, should we get this episode off the air? Off the ground, not off the air. I mean, we could just take it off the air. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right,
if we
could pull the
rip
plug.
This down from all platforms, we could. Or we could just get it off the ground.
You know what? Instead of pulling the plug, instead of canceling it, why don't we just do the episode? We've got some really exciting news coming up. Well, first of all, we just saw Naked Gun. We single-handedly saved the comedy box office. We'll talk about that real quick. We got some new TSA rules for all of us travelers out there. We love scooting around the country, and we get to do it a little differently now. We got some Buffett facts. We're going to revisit The Good Book, Chip.
The Good Book That should be the good book. I think I might make it a personal thing to put this book in every hotel room that I travel to.
That would be...
Just in the nightstand. It'll be the Bible, the Book of Mormon, and
the Guinness-Book of World Records.
The Guinness-Book of World Records.
2025 edition. You know what? We could really get salacious because I think of the Guinness book we read growing up. I think of it as the Old Testament.
It 100%.
It is a lot more brutal, I guess you would say.
It's more vicious. Yes.
It's more...
I feel like the new Guinness book that they have is much more kid-friendly.
Yep.
It's uplifting.
Yeah.
It's fun. This was just, here are some human freaks.
Yeah.
In this thick paperback book that should not really see the light of day, that always smells a little bit moldy. It should scare you.
Yeah.
And it's the new Guinness Book of World Records is so much more inviting.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from the good people of Guinness, but there is something about the old one that just makes it seem so much more of like a leather-bound book of spells that Bruce Campbell should find in a cabin in the woods.
I don't even know who the current heaviest motorcycle riding twins are in the world right now.
No, nor do I. And that book should be telling us that.
Yeah. So I do think that's important. So we need to figure out the perfect year to leave behind. And I think we can also get a discount getting these secondhand Guinness books compared to the new hardback editions. Not a cheap book. No. But we spread that out. And then I also think is, part of our ritual, part of our discipline, we should be memorizing. We should be memorizing out of the new one.
Yeah, like heaviest woman, verse 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 3, verses 1 through 4. Yeah.
Yeah, height difference between the tallest woman in the world, shortest woman in the world, verses 1 through 5.
And we hold up those signs at baseball games.
Guinness 7'11". Have you tried to explain to people what this podcast is before, Chip?
Yes, and I think I should be in the Book of World Records for doing that.
it gets pretty unwieldy pretty quickly. By the time you get to explaining that we're obsessed with the Guinness Book of World Records, we love tropical travel. We've decided we mostly only wear Hawaiian shirts
for a mostly audio podcast.
We're spiraling into a very fun but very strange world. And every week it's becoming more and more what we hoped it would be at the beginning. We just didn't know what shape that was going to take. And I love it, buddy. And I'm glad to be doing it with you. Thank you so much for watching and joining along with this insanity. The world out there is a little weird. It always has been. We choose to bury our head in the tropical sand and just have as good a time as we can every day we're on this planet while trying to accomplish some goals at the same time and keep our heads straight. So This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about all things comedy and tropical travel. If that's interesting to you, stay tuned. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I was wondering if someone could come up to my room and take away the complimentary hotel horse.
Oh, we don't give complimentary hotel horses.
Then how did this... you know what? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Is there a service elevator?
Chip, episode 25 of the Sunburnt podcast. Can you believe it?
We're halfway to 50, buddy, if I do the math correctly.
Yeah, we're halfway to 50, one away from a whole year of weekly, or halfway from a whole year of weekly episodes. The shorts, the reels, all those things have really started to pop off a little bit. I think we're finding a really nice groove and figuring out what it means to be a tropical comedy podcast.
Yeah, and for the new listeners, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for finding us. I know some people found us through those reels, and I think we've established again, this podcast is not unlike a deserted island.
Yes,
we came. There wasn't much here. We took some coconuts. We took some bamboo.
Yep.
We made some hammocks. And now us and the professor are we're making it our own. And it's a livable, thriving island.
Thank you for sharing the hammocks we've prepared for you with us. We really do appreciate it.
So wait. Okay.
We are 111 days away from Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise.
I'm getting more and more excited by the day, by the hour. We're going to Hawaii. That's including you. That's me, Thomas, our families, and you, the listener. This Thanksgiving, you're taking a couple of days off of work, 2, maybe 3 days off. Then you get a full week plus in beautiful Waikiki. I'm doing 2 shows at the Blue Note Jazz Club in Waikiki the night before Thanksgiving. And we're just going to blow it out in Hawaii. We're going to have I'm just very excited to see, like, when I see the list of people who are joining us. It's like it's just like a nice, fun group of people who are, and again, it's not like we're going to be together 24 hours a day, but it's just like we're going to be on the island together. We're going to do a couple things together, come see the show, and then just go off, enjoy the sand, enjoy the sun. And man, I'm so excited. And I have to say, I was keeping it tight to the vest, the chest, the vest. It's one of the Ests. I always
depends
forget.
on what you're wearing.
I believe it's a poker term, but my new hour, I'm really getting excited about. You know, we did the special, came out. By the way, we're coming up on a year when it was from when it was released.
I know.
Thomas O'Brien, brilliant editor, producer. He produced my special Move Closer, now available on YouTube, and you know, getting that new hour together it's a little daunting because it's like I've had this hour, and I had the hour for a little bit longer because it was sort of during the pandemic too, where everything slowed down a bit. So I just had this I thought I was very proud of that hour, and then to start with basically nothing again, and you're like, oh man, and like coming back on, and then it's like, all right, Hawaii's coming up next November.
Yeah,
I got to have something good for that. And I was like, man, time is ticking. And the last couple of weeks and months, it's really starting to gel. And I'm really excited about this new hour. So if you come out to see my show at the Blue Note Jazz Club night before Thanksgiving, I'm proud to roll this out to you fine people. And by the way, if it goes terribly, we're still in Hawaii.
That's the
like,
thing.
Why not? Like, if you're gonna have a show go terribly, if you decide to go to a terrible comedy show, why not go to a terrible comedy show in the most beautiful place on earth?
I really can't believe we're just going to Hawaii with a bunch of friends. Hopefully a bunch of burnt ones, a bunch of people who found it through the podcast that decided to, to do something fun with their Thanksgiving. But yeah, without the show, literally don't know how we would get the people we have going to Hawaii with us. I don't know how we would get to Hawaii. Like, we'd really have to plan that out, get everybody's schedules aligned, figure out a reason to do it. And like, this is it. This is the opportunity. It's just something we were able to say yes to and offer it up to friends, family, loved ones, hopefully new connections to come out with us. It's just that's part of like making something available and making something actually happen is putting a date and a time on it. And we did it. The show's November 26th, Waikiki, Blue Note Jazz Club.
Get your plane tickets now. Book a hotel. I'm not telling you to come out just for me. That would be hubris. But it's just come out to Hawaii and just hang out with us, and then come see a show.
Yeah, no, it's going to be unbelievable. We'll do some beach hangs, and depending on how many people sign up, like, just message us, talk to us. If there's enough demand, we'll get a Sunburnt boat trip going. We can go to Kualoa Ranch, where they shoot Jurassic Park. It's like a really cool thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff we can do if we have numbers. If you're interested in doing more than just the show, let us know. And then also, I do want to give everybody a couple of warnings about some things we've seen, some confusion that's come my way from people trying to buy tickets. Get tickets either through our website, sunburntpodcast.com, or the Blue Note Hawaii's website. If you Google it, Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise, there are already like 20 sites that are reselling the tickets, and they are very, very expensive. And I don't even know how legit all those sites are.
Of course. Anything. I feel like you could just have like your child's dance recital, put it up, and there's going to be 20,000 new sites that are going to try to sell tickets to your child's dance recital.
I mean, I don't know about that. I think Chip Chantry is a pretty big name.
It is.
And also, like, what's even slightly more famous than you?
What's that, Hawaii?
The idea of paradise and the holiday of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think there's a real trifecta, a trinity of things coming together to really get these ticket resellers and these other websites and the stub hubs of the world excited to put your tickets up there. But that also does bring up a point. There is limited tickets. We don't have a billion tickets. Resellers have snatched up some of them. So get yours now. Get yours early so you can, make sure you're there and not have to get gouged by some resellers.
And just to put a button on that, get your ticket either from sunburnpodcast.com or the Blue Note Jazz Club. Do not purchase tickets from a man in a trench coat where he opens up the trench coat and on the inside of it, he just has watches and tickets to my show. So if that guy approaches you on a street, opens up his trench coat, watches and tickets to my show, don't purchase those.
Especially in Hawaii. That's not a trench coat environment.
No.
It's too warm. Something weird's going on there. Those tickets are going to be soggy. Those watches going to be foggy. You know how when there's a little perspiration, you got a bunch of watches in your jacket, how the front of it, the case, so the face of the watch can get a little foggy?
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that, and that's what's going to happen if you try to buy it from a 2-bit criminal with a trench coat.
No, but seriously, I've got a couple. Just actually yesterday, I got a call from a friend of a friend, and they were just like, hey, I tried to buy these tickets here. They were super expensive, and then it didn't feel too legit, and it certainly was much more expensive than the tickets actually are. And it was from a website I'd never even heard of before, so I don't know how legit that would have been in the first place. So we've got it. We've made it simple for you. sunburntpodcast.com or the bluenotehawaii.com. I think that's what it is, somewhere around there. And then just navigate to November 26th. You'll see your boy Chip Chantry right there.
Exactly. And by the way, I just want to hit it quickly, too. Speaking of going on outings with this, thank you to everybody who came out to see the Naked Gun across the nation.
Oh, my gosh.
Across Sunburnt Nation. All the burnt ones were out there. Philly, we had a great time. And, it was a blast.
It was fun. Like, across the board, we did, like, a slightly earlier showing than prime time.
That's the way to do it.
It's the way to do it. But, like, just watching those showings across the because you can go on the website and like just click on the different theaters and see the different as long as it's AMC or something like that where you do pick out your tickets, you can just see the seats getting X'd out. And I think we made a difference and had so much fun, dude. Yeah,
it was a blast.
It was an absolute blast. So thanks for doing that. And also Together too, like the Together screenings were popping off as well on a Sunday. On a Sunday, like those theaters would not have been filled, and if you looked at the couple of adjacent theaters, they weren't as the burnt ones came out, and I hope if you saw somebody wearing a Hawaiian shirt and asked them if they are one, they responded with, "I am one.
I am one."
And you guys had that connection.
Okay. Moving on, Thomas.
Yep.
Hawaiian shirts. Let's talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
I fully embraced it. Love them.
Yeah.
And part of it is when you think about something, you see it everywhere. But in Philadelphia this summer, I am just seeing Hawaiians everywhere. Just the Aloha shirts.
Yeah.
I ran into my buddy Casey, who's part of one of the local radio stations in Philadelphia. Great guy. And man, I saw him at the club the other night. And he was there, and just sporting Hawaiian. And he's just like,
yeah.
It's just he's also a Phish head, as am I, or I was, but I went to the Phish show a couple weeks ago, wore my Hawaiian to that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I wore my Hawaiian to the Phish show," because there is such an overlap. We were actually talking Goose too,
wow,
because he's a Goose fan, and it's the people are out there, our guys are out there. It is a movement. You and I were talking about it earlier about how we might, for the first time ever, be on the cutting edge of not only a fashion but a cultural movement of people who are just sort of fed up, a little stressed out, just need to just have that vacation frame of mind. Man, I put on one of these Hawaiians, and it's just, my blood pressure just drops about 10 points just by putting it on, buttoning it up.
Yeah.
Not all the way, of course.
No. What are we trying to do? Get a real job?
God.
I think people just need a little escape right now.
Yeah, I think that's and I think Hawaiian shirt, and I could be wrong about this, but like I feel like Hawaiian shirts, or at least like loud shirts, were popular in the 80s.
Yeah,
and it was it started with like jam. Do you remember jams? They were like basically like the Hawaiian shorts. They were like shorts with like the big patterns on them.
No, I don't remember jams.
I'm a little bit older than you and have that. And there was like painter's pants. Everything was neon or whatever. And I think it was just the climate. We came out of the 70s. The whole nation's in a hangover. And then things got really pretty, like just tight. Everybody was nervous. Everybody just, and then I think there was just people like, we just need to chill out and have some fun.
Yeah.
And let's just, I'm sure there was a little nose candy going around in the 1980s. I've read stories.
Oh yeah, dude.
But people just needed to chill and part, and they were like, you know what, we got to start wearing these Hawaiians. And I think we're back in that 80s timeline. We're back in Stranger Things, buddy, and we're wearing those Hawaiians.
Yeah.
As does Chief Jim Hopper, who's trying to be Magnum PI in Stranger Things. He's sporting his Hawaiian. And if you want to be anybody, why not be Chief Jim Hopper from Stranger Things?
Yeah. I think that's what we all aspire to, being the chief. But no, it's like every second that I'm focused on a colorful pattern, a beautiful shirt, worrying if everybody's going to think I'm an idiot or a fool for what I'm wearing, is another minute I'm not thinking about how AI is taking all the jobs. I am just terrified of this AI chip.
Yeah, AI can't wear a Hawaiian. They can't do it. You know, it's just
it can't wear a Hawaiian, but you know what it can make? A delightful Hawaiian print.
It can.
It really can. You can ask
that.
for a Hawaiian shirt print of anything. You can ask it to be tiled so it kind of matches together the way a fabric would. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's all terrifying to me.
Here's another thing too. I've learned this. I've heard this philosophy or this mindset thing of like, I'm going to get it wrong exactly. But it's like when you're in a room, when you're with a group of people, when you're out in the world at large, you can either be a thermometer or a thermostat.
Okay.
Right? So like you walk into a room, let's say, a bar.
Yeah.
And if you're a thermometer, you sort of react to what's going on, the vibe. And you're like, oh, it's kind of angry, so I'm a little, maybe my shoulders up a little bit, or hey, people are a little wild, so it's like, well, and you react to that. And I can be reactive sometimes.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, don't be the thermometer, be the thermostat. You walk in the room, you're the one who sets the temperature. And I'm gonna be honest, I really feel like ever since I started wearing these a couple months ago, I walk into a room, I'm setting the temperature a little bit. And you know what that temperature is, Tommy? 82 and sunny.
Yeah, it's 82 and sunny. A light breeze. You can hear the ocean going. Dude, I just can't wait to be in Hawaii with you, buddy. That's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. Just floating around. The amount of time I spend watching webcams of Hawaii is literally insane.
It's still my favorite thing that not realizing that when we worked together, when you were running the show, that you would just really get intense. I thought you were in maybe like a Zoom meeting or just really crunching numbers every morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And from like 10 to 10:15.
That's exactly when it was.
10 to 10:15, you would come in, we would say our hellos, we'd get our stuff, situated for the day, and then you would just stare at the live feed from Hawaii of the beach, and you got in that mindset, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of watch the sunrise over there. It just helped me out, dude. Like after that first taste I had of it, I just kind of knew I needed more of it in my life and needed to figure out how to make that happen. I do it through scents. I do it through visuals, and I do it through planning the next trip. So here we are, 111 days out. I have so much opportunity to think about Hawaii, to talk about Hawaii, this whole podcast. It's been real fun.
So come with us, and then you not only get to spend the week with us, but the next 100 days plus getting in that. That's my favorite part, is just the build up, the anticipation.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, okay, going back to your the live feed. You would zone out, and I think that you would get that energy for the day.
Yeah.
Have you ever been, or are you a meditation guy?
Yeah. Yep. TM.
You trademark. That is meditation. You've trademarked.
I've trademarked meditation. So
good.
I've made millions of dollars off of it.
Yeah.
No, but I've not currently practicing. Don't have the time in the day at the moment with the baby, this, all the other work stuff I got going on.
Some would say if you do meditate, you would have the time.
I mean,
do you see how I just turned that on you?
Yes. Some would say that. They're wrong. I mean,
they're wrong. Yeah, they're wrong, but it sounds good. It sounds good, Thomas, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, okay,
it does sound good.
Okay, like just say like another thing, like either like taking out the garbage or like just like a task you have to do, or just something very just random, something that you have to do but you don't have time to do. Maybe like a project around the house.
Fight the spiders. It's spider season.
Okay.
I have a specific broom for just whacking these gigantic spiders around my house.
But you just don't have the time for it, right?
I don't have the time for the outside. The inside takes precedent. No spiders allowed on the inside, but the outside, they get pretty vicious.
But some would say that if you did whack those spiders outside, you would have the time. You see what I just did right there? You could do that with any argument. It's just like it doesn't matter. Like I can turn it on anything. You don't have time to paint the house. Just tell me that. It's like, oh, I heard you want to paint your house, but
I don't have the time to paint my house, Chip.
Yeah, but if you painted the house, maybe you would have the time. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I can turn that argument on anything.
Yeah.
It works with meditation, but I think anything, and it's very pedantic and it's very annoying. But are you good? I see. I'm not an argument guy. I'm not good at arguing. I'm not good at debating. In the moment, I can think about things, but I'm not good at winning arguments. And just I feel like obviously it's the way of the world, but it's like it's not people who are right. It's people who can win arguments.
Yeah,
are the ones that have the upper hand, which just really annoys me.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. It really annoys everybody. I'm incredibly good at winning arguments if I want to be.
You are very good.
Yeah.
See, I don't have the I think it's the killer instinct. I want to get to the truth of something, not to but like there are some people who are just really good at having those rebuttals and those well thought. And I'm just in the moment. I'm not good. Well, you were an improv guy. Mm-hmm. I think improv has something to do with it. You can think on your feet. I'm a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Where I can think on my feet a little bit, but like I'm a planner. I am a homework guy.
Yeah.
I like to prep. And then when I'm in the moment, somebody's like, you should be allowed to get, just shoot puppies out of a T-shirt cannon whenever you want. And you're like, well, and it's like, it's for me to argue against that. I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But to get those words together and argue against it, sometimes I don't. But here's the thing. When you're wearing Hawaiian, not too many people want to debate you.
No.
They get out of that debate frame of mind.
They're not even trying. And yeah, it's something I've had to work on. There's two things I've had to work on to be a functional human being with real grown-up friends and relationships. And one is the incessant need to win an argument. I had to turn it off. I cannot.
Yeah.
I know whether I'm right or wrong. I can win most arguments. And I had to turn that off because nobody wants to be around that guy. That's not a fun guy to be around. To lose an argument when you're wrong or when you're right, that's not a good feeling. So like I had to turn that off, especially with my wife. It's like she, I don't know. I've just grown to the point where I can be like, okay, I'm just arguing with technique or skill or whatever it is. We got to shut that baddie down.
See, I'm the opposite of that. Like I can have somebody talking to me and saying the most batshit stuff to me, or just like, I'm like, okay, oh yeah, okay, I see what you do, and like, oh sure, and like I'll just pacify that person and walk away and be like, oh, that asshole, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I will rip that person to shreds to everyone else I know, but not to their face.
Yeah.
But I will let everyone else know how wrong that person was, but actually in a confrontation, I'm like, I don't need to argue with you right now. It's not what I want to do, but I'll let everybody know that you're an awful human being. Which is, I think, sowing those seeds of hatred among everybody else in the community much more effective.
It is a toxic trait, Chip.
Toxic and effective.
Yeah, nothing's more effective than poison.
No.
The other thing I had to do to have real world grown-up relationships.
You had to kick the horse. I know. You had to kick the horse.
I had to kick the horse out of the hotel room, as we found out earlier in the episode. Just turn off. Just turn off the comedy stuff. Like, one of the ways that my brain works that's very funny, and you too, you have this as well, is to be very, very mean.
Yeah.
And like, there's certain people you can do it with, your comedian friends sometimes, but even comedian friends have their limits. And I just have to turn that part of my brain off. It's like, this isn't great. This isn't going to strengthen the relationship. I had that very funny idea. I think it would hurt that person's feelings a lot. That's what makes it so funny to me personally. And that's a bad person to be. So we shut that down, shut down the need to be right. And now I have 3-4 friends and a wife.
I think I'm known as, and I hope I'm not wrong about this, but I think I'm known as around Philadelphia and around the comedy community at large as like, oh, Chip Chance, he's a really nice guy. Yeah. He's just like such a nice guy. And I try to be really nice to people, especially like people who are like outsiders, maybe new comics or whatever. Yeah. I try to be welcoming and nice and give them the time of day or whatever, and just like, be pleasant to the staff at comedy clubs or wherever. And it's a nice guy. And then sometimes when people, I've had this conversation where people are like, oh, like a close friend of mine would be like, oh my God, Chip Chantry, he's like the nicest, sweetest guy in the world. And he's like, no, he's not. He's an awful human being. If you really get to know him, he's a terrible human being. And they're both correct. They're both
We contain multitudes, Chip.
We really do. I try to be very nice. I try to do that. But there have been moments where, I've had to. Let's just say there have been moments where I've had to replace the drywall in comedy clubs because things got a little heated. And but I think I've also moved past that phase of my life as well.
It's all about moving past those phases. If you realize something's not working for you, you change it.
And you know what I've done recently? I've changed my shirt.
Yeah.
Into Hawaiians. And by the way, it is also a thing too I'm trying to get to. And again, I want the listeners to do that. If you're out there wearing a Hawaiian, you see somebody wearing a Hawaiian shirt, like be like, hey man, nice shirt. And it is a thing of like two guys that don't know each other to be like, hey man, I really like your blouse.
Yeah.
Like it is, there is a vibe there that I don't want to be like, but like, and it's like, I've gotten past that where I just want to be like, hey man, that's a great shirt.
Yeah.
And it's a vibe. And usually those people are like, yeah, it is. It's kind of like my new concert T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like because I still wear a lot of concert T-shirts. I have T-shirts of my favorite bands. I was known for that for so long. They're like, Chip, you're a middle-aged man and you're still wearing your Pixies T-shirt. Like, stop it. But like, that's what I wore all the time. And I kind of, because it was sort of my identity. And then I would see somebody wearing, I'm like, oh, you're wearing a Built to Spill T-shirt? They're one of my favorite bands. Let's talk about it. Oh, you got a Hold Steady hat on. Let's talk about it. And then there's that relationship, which I still kind of do. But at the same time, now I have that with Hawaiian shirts. I'm like, see, guy, dude, great shirt. And like, especially in Philly, because there's an edge to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, oh yeah, like they come into that beach vibe.
Yeah, no, I can see that in Philly. What I always said about it after visiting you was like, it is a whole city of people saying generally pretty nice things in a very aggressive way.
That's 100% what it is. We look out for each other. We look out for people. Philly is filled with some of the nicest people in the world. But
if you just went on tone alone, you might not pick that up.
Going by tone? No. Oh, we're angry. Well, it's like I still tell the story. I still remember one time I was at a Phillies game a couple years ago, and it was in the autumn. It was a little cooler, and a guy was leaving for it was like 8th inning. It was sort of a runaway game. People were starting to head out, and a guy left, and it was him and his girlfriend, and he was leaving, and some guy that was sitting right by him that he did not know was like, yo, idiot, you left your sweatshirt. And the guy, instead of he was like, oh, thank you, man. Like, it was just like,
yeah.
And the guy was just so annoyed that this guy would be irresponsible enough to leave his sweatshirt. He could have stolen the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
He could have just let the sweatshirt sit there. He could have let that poor man go. That guy would have never seen a sweatshirt again. But he's like, yo, jackass, your sweatshirt. And it's like he's looking out for him. But we are everybody's big brother.
Yeah.
Everybody's that big brother in Philadelphia where we're always on each other, but we'll also defend each other, and we'll make sure you don't leave the baseball game without your sweatshirt.
It's good, and that way mommy won't be mad at you.
Mommy won't be angry.
The other thing I was thinking about in terms of Hawaiian shirts is we have both kind of dialed it back on the booze in our older age. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like when you throw on that Hawaiian, if it's your concert shirt, if it's a go-out shirt, that's kind of like starting at one drink mentally.
Yes. Yeah,
mentally.
it does. It does take. It's that.
It's that first cocktail.
It's the new shower beer.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian shirts. You put this on and you're like, I have just a tiny buzz right now.
Yeah, it's flipped the switch, and then you go out there and you have one other drink. You only had one for the night, but you're operating on a 2-drink kind of vibe, you know?
There are a few Hawaiian shirts that I have where if I just put that shirt on, I'd be like, I should not get behind the wheel right now. I haven't had a sip of alcohol.
Yes. But I should. I'm a little too funky for the road.
I'm a little too juiced for 76 right now.
I just got an email, Chip. Your Big Fun shirts are at the office. They've landed at the office.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them sent over to you ASAP. I haven't seen them yet, but I did. I was alerted that the package came.
Well, I have seen them, as you know, because we have seen them online.
Yep.
Because he posted and again, I'm not a clothes guy. I'm not a fashionista by any stretch. But it was the first time I ever got to see a shirt that I'm going to wear be constructed.
It's like a pretty exhilarating process.
Yeah, I was like, that's the pattern I picked out.
Yeah.
He is making it as we speak.
I didn't even think about that. I just thought the process sounded fun. I thought it would be cool to order one. It's a small business that him and his mom are building. Stefan and his mom, Big Fun Shirt Company. And just out of nowhere, like I do follow them on social media, and in their stories, he's like always sewing shirts. Like he really has a passion for sewing. But it just didn't connect to my mind like, oh, those are actual people's shirts. He's showing you how he's making them and the progress he's making on each one. And then when I knew it, I had picked out the fabric and I knew it was like coming up to be my turn. And he was posting pictures, making my shirt, seeing pieces of it. A little bit of a thrill, Chip. Little bit of a thrill. So you saw them, but they're at the office, and I'll get them shipped over to you as soon as I can get somebody to do it.
Very excited. Very excited. You know what I'm also excited about?
Let me hear it.
I'm excited about the fact that we can travel as a country right now.
Yes.
And there is one less hoop that we have to jump through.
One less hoop for some, Chip. This is a little controversial to me. It's a little upstairs, downstairs.
Yes. Yeah. Do you want to explain this, Thomas?
So the TSA, everybody's favorite airport security regime, has decided that you no longer have to take off your shoes and put them through the X-ray machine to pass through TSA. Yes. Now, for TSA PreCheck members who went through a screening process and paid a small fee, we haven't had to do this for a long time.
Yeah.
But now, by process of everybody getting elevated to the leave your shoes on status, I feel like my status in this world has been lowered. Do you know what I mean?
It's been diminished because you are now closer to us peons.
And this is something I don't understand. You are a traveling stand-up comedian that does not have TSA PreCheck?
No, it's one of the things that I don't have that I should. I just need to do the paperwork. I need to get it out there. I don't fly as much I'm a lot of places. I'm a driver, so I like to drive. I could go for a 12-hour drive, so it's like I don't fly as often as I should.
Do you feel comfortable disclosing why?
No reason. It's cheaper. It's I will say that like during the pandemic, I didn't want to fly just because of all of that stuff.
Chip, you had a major medical emergency on a flight.
Oh well, that too. Well, not on a flight.
Oh,
but
it was surround. Okay.
Well, that was part of it, and this doesn't bother me anymore. Like I was never afraid of flying, but I like flying. But right before the pandemic, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this or not.
Oh,
but
no, you were on stage. You were on stage.
I was on stage at the Borgata in Atlantic City, in beautiful Atlantic City. I was on stage, and I suffered a major collapsed lung. A collapsed lung, Thomas, on stage. Did my entire set. It happened at the beginning of my 20-minute set. Did the 20 minutes. It was my best set of the 7 nights.
Wow.
It was my best set of the week. Got off stage. And didn't realize it happened. I knew something happened, but I thought I pulled a muscle in my back, which is awful. Didn't actually go to the doctor until the next day to urgent care, and then they sent me right to the emergency room. It was the most scared I've ever been. They're like, you have a major collapse. I'm like, totally random. I'm perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
They're just like, it can happen sometimes. I was in the hospital for like 2 days. They fixed it up and sent me on my way. And again, did every test in the world. They're like, yeah, you're perfectly fine. It can just happen sometimes. And then the world shut down 3 days later because of a lung disease. This is March of 2020. And but like one of the things that I couldn't do was for like, I think it was like 3 months, I was not allowed to fly in an airplane because of the altitude and the air pressure. And they're like, that can cause it to recur, because I was like, they're like, once you have a collapsed lung, especially in the months and even few years following, it's more likely to recur more than like an average person.
Yeah.
And so like if you go up in a plane, it could happen. And then it's like, oh, what if I'm up in an airplane? People are still on edge. It's the height of the pandemic. We're not really flying. And then I have to go up on a plane. And then all of a sudden I get a collapsed lung. And then they have to like divert the flight because I have a collapsed lung. And then I'm in St. Louis by myself in a hospital. Like, it was just like,
what a worst case scenario. St. Louis with a collapsed lung. Whew.
Yeah. Can't even see the arch.
Yeah.
And so like it like really messed with me. So I was like, I don't want to do that. And I was kind of nervous about it. And I came out for your wedding in San Diego. And instead of flying, that was because that happened in 2020. Was your wedding in 21?
21.
In 21.
10/10/21.
And we me and my buddy Mark decided my wife couldn't go out, and we drove cross country instead of taking a flight for 2 reasons. I hadn't had COVID yet. I didn't want to get on an airplane, and I was nervous about flying with that collapsed lung. It had only been a year, and we drove cross country. By the way, one of the best decisions of my life. I've always wanted to drive cross country. If you haven't done it, if you don't mind the sitting in the car, get a comfortable car. But man, what a fun time. I would have spent more time on the road if I could have to see more sights, but we just saw this nation of ours. I do a lot of driving, but I never drove cross country. It was great. But anyway, I've been on many a plane since. Everything's good. Everything's fine. But I also this is what it boils down to sometimes. I like having control of the situation. I'm not afraid of flying. Flying doesn't bother me at all. The crashing thing, none of that. That's never bothered me.
I just hate that clip's going to show up if a tragedy does happen.
You hate that what? I'm sorry.
That clip of you saying, I'm not scared of flying. I'm not scared of crashing. That's the
thrown back in my face.
I know. That's the first thing that comes up in the in memorandum section.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I don't like being nervous that like the flight's going to be delayed. It's going to be canceled.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss my connection. Especially when you're working, you're like, I'm going to miss my shows.
Yeah.
So if I can, and then anymore, it's like, you go to the airport, you spend a few hours at the airport going through security, waiting, flying, luggage, all that stuff. And so sometimes by the time it's like I could fly to Buffalo or I could drive to Buffalo, have my own car there, leave whenever I choose. And it's just like I just like having that I'm a little bit of a drifter. I'm a not unlike The Fugitive or Michael Landon from Highway to Heaven. I like to roam the highways and byways of this great nation of ours. But I still love flying, and I've done it a bunch recently, and it is nice to just be able to like hop on a plane off. I will say this. It might not be as easy in Hawaii, but like a lot of times when I go somewhere, when I fly somewhere, it's for 48 hours, maybe 3 days. Like it's like a quick turnaround. If I can show up with just a backpack, you can fly with just a backpack.
It's
and
the best.
You got the kid now, but like, man, when I can get on a plane with just a backpack, I walk on, I walk off. There's no checking bags. There's no even gate check. None of that. Worrying about overhead compartments. And then so you're on that plane, you're off that plane. It's the best. People fight to be in like group 1 to get on the plane early. I'm like, let me be in group 8. I'll just like stroll onto that plane and then stroll off. It's just it's a great feeling.
It's a real flex. If you can get away with the backpack. That's a whole different type of travel. Yeah,
absolutely. I did that. I mean, it was train travel, but when I went to and fro New York, when we did our tiki bar crawl,
New York,
went to see Goose, just had that backpack for the weekend.
Yeah,
and it's liberating, man.
I rode that same train that you took from Philadelphia to New York, from D.C. through Philadelphia up to New York a couple of days earlier, and had 3 suitcases, travel crib. A travel car seat, and stroller.
And here's the weird thing. You didn't even have your baby with you.
No, this is just diapers for me.
Yeah.
No, we had the baby with us, but it's just like that train. I had no idea that it was like mostly for business commuters. I figured there would be space to put the luggage. There was no space.
No.
I kind of had to like find little corners all over the train. And then right before we got to New York City, because it kept going after New York City, it wasn't like the final destination. I had to sprint up and down that train to all the different like compartments and the different places you could stash a stroller or whatever, and gather it all by one specific door just so I could push it all out at the right time.
It's the most high stakes Easter egg hunt you've ever had to do.
Yeah, because it's all my stuff.
Yeah.
And like we didn't bring anything the baby didn't need for the trip. It was like all stuff I would have had to buy if I couldn't find. So and also just like pulling 3 suitcases that are packed to the brim. Literally the way I got these suitcases once I got the baby was I went on Amazon and put in the biggest dimensions that commercial airlines let you bring in checked bags. And they are just gigantic, packed to the brim. You have no idea how much crap you can even fit in a suitcase until you have to take a baby cross-country or to Europe or something like that. It is a wild experience. I'm happy to have it, but holy cow. When we went to Vegas a couple weeks ago to see Backstreet Boys for my wife's birthday, the baby didn't come with us, dude. And it was we were just carry-on. And it was such a relaxing experience. Air travel used to be a little stressful for me. Now, if I don't have to take care of the baby and get all the baby stuff there, it's like almost like a vacation. I can sit there. I read a book on the plane. Yeah. When was the last time I read a book? It's been a long time, Chip.
Encyclopedia Brown, I think, was the last one you really put down.
What was Encyclopedia's Brown? What was his thing?
He was a smart kid, and he was a detective, and he would solve little crimes around, and you could like, I think it was a situation where you could like, it might have been like you could look at the answer on the back or something like that, where it's like, what were the clues that led to, the missing sneakers of the kid on the middle school basketball team who stole his sneakers. And then Encyclopedia Brown would find this, and he would solve this amazing case.
Sounds good.
Okay, speaking of saving cases, so I apologize that you are now with the rest of our the peons.
Yep.
I'm to a certain extent excited about not having to remove your shoes for TSA.
Yeah.
Part of me, first of all, I don't think they should have announced it. I think you should have just shown up and they're just like, yeah, no, it's cool. You don't have to do that anymore. Like they made a big thing where it's like, you don't have to take off your shoes anymore when you're going through airport security. Wink. They're asking people to do something weird.
What an opportunity just to make fun of somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil, look at this guy. Took his shoes off.
Wait, hey, what's up?
You're in a polite society.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you put them hoofs away?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, holy socks? But I think they do need to replace it with something, though.
Okay, that's fair.
They've taken that away. Okay, because here is the thing. Look, I don't need Big Brother, oppressive government, or anything like that. But when you are flying, I think people do need, before they go up into the stratosphere, they need to be brought down to earth. Because there's a lot of entitled people who are flying these days. They're going on vacation.
That's true.
They think they're amazing. And I think TSA is partially there to humble these people. I don't feel like I need to be humbled. Like I feel like I go through, I'm respectful, I'm focused, I'm ready to go. And you just get these jackasses that are like, I'm going on vacation, whatever, or their own business, and they just think they own the place. And it's like, no, you do have to jump through some hoops before you get into this metal tube with a bunch of other people. You're not taking your shoes off on the plane. You're not kicking the seat. You're not doing all the, like, I think there is a level of humility that has to be brought to. So like, what is it? It's like, instead of like taking off your shoes, it's like maybe like, hey, you got to give us a little flash. Just like show us a little something, real quick. Or like, while you go through the metal detector, you got to put this funny hat on. Like there's a series of hats that are just very silly and funny that aren't flattering. And for about a minute, you have to wear that hat in public. Or like, let's say you're wearing Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going through TSA, you have to remove the Crocs. and throw them out immediately. I think that's what should happen.
Does make sense. In order to go up, you first got to go down.
You got to come down.
I feel the other way. I want my prestige back. I want my privilege back. I think they need to give me a little extra treat now that everybody gets my leave your shoes on treat.
You've paid for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think there should be something like fun. Like maybe like instead of me getting patted down, since I need to be elevated,
you get to pat other people down.
I get to pat down somebody from TSA if they look interesting, or suspicious. Like I kind of get to play that card, or maybe I now get to lay on my stomach like a penguin sliding on ice, go through the baggage X-ray, and the technician has to guess what I ate for lunch based off of an internal image. And if they don't,
I believe that's called ottering. I believe
yes.
That's what that is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ottering is when you go through on your back.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right.
And they watch you
holding hands with your significant other.
Yeah, and they watch you eat a snack off of your tummy.
That's what it is. My apologies.
It's different. Penguining is stomach.
Penguining
stomach first, head first, like Pete Rose, and they have to guess what you've already eaten. Ottering, you're on your back, you're next to your significant other, and they get to guess based off of the X-ray of the food that's actually going in your mouth.
And speaking of Pete Rose, I believe as a TSA PreCheck, you get to choose your legal name that's on your ID card, and you have chosen Charlie Hustle, I believe.
Charlie Hustle. A consummate winner of Mr. Hustle Awards through all of my sports years, where they give it to the person who tries the hardest and did the worst.
Oh, you're talking to me. That was my entire college tennis career. I was Charlie Hustle.
I love that you one up my story about maybe not being the world's best athlete with a story about how in your college level sports team, you weren't the standout of standouts.
D3 at a very small school, and where most guys did bong hits before practice. Not a brag. Not a flex,
boy, to be 21 again and just hitting some balls with the boys after ripping some bongs. Come on.
And by the way, I used to get annoyed. I'm like, I got to go to tennis practice. Do you know what kind of life I was living?
Yeah.
Where I was 21, 20 years old, 19.
Yeah.
At a beautiful college, just surrounded by everyone my age, having the best time, a beautiful May afternoon, being like, I got to stop all this and go to the tennis courts and play tennis right now. Man, what a rough life I live.
It's wasted on the young.
It is wasted on the young. Last thing about the removing your shoes.
Yep.
I don't get too personal, but are you a shoes off household?
I was never a shoes off household till we had the baby, and we're not we're not a shoes off the whole household, but there are certain areas where the baby crawls around where it just doesn't make sense to have the LA streets brought into the home.
Yeah, because I was never a shoes off household.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling my wife and I haven't had this difficult conversation yet, but I feel like she has been moving towards being a shoes off household, but she hasn't brought it up to me.
Yeah.
She hasn't. In the not so distant future, when we have a little bit of money, when we make all this money for Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise,
God,
the Sunburnt podcast, when that gravy train comes rolling in, I think we will be getting new carpets.
Oh, okay.
Maybe at some point.
Yeah.
Like the carpets are getting older in our house. They're going to have to be replaced at some point. And I think I wonder if she's going to broach that subject with me.
That feels like a real grown-up move. It's a real move from Japan. Isn't that a Japanese household?
It is. Yeah.
And I do think it's important when you hit a certain age that your carpet does match your drapes. You know,
I think that's very important, Thomas. I think it's very important. Yeah.
So I mean,
and I don't walk on my drapes. That's all I'll say.
these are all good things. And I think, it's almost buying a ticket to Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving Paradise, knowing some of it might help drape carpet alignment in Chip Chantry's life. It's almost charity. It almost really is. A donation. You can't write it off tax-wise.
I'm not saying you can write it off on your taxes.
Yeah, but it's a good
but I'm
deed.
saying you can.
It's a good deed.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, so it is. Come on out.
Yeah. Speaking of come on out, I think it's time to come on out with some new world records from the good book.
Let's get into the good
from the
book.
scripture of the people of Guinness.
It fires me. I don't know why. I don't know why, Chip, but like every time I crack that book, it gives me a little bit of a smile. Yeah, I think it's so absurd that we do weekly check-ins on just world records we think are interesting, but I love it.
Yeah.
I would choose to do nothing else because we can do whatever we want on this specific podcast. Nobody can tell us what to do. And we choose to wear Hawaiian shirts, talk about Jimmy Buffett, and the Guinness Book of World Records. Let's get into the records we're talking about today. What do you have to inspire, awe, and entertain the world out of the 2025 Guinness Book of World Records, the good book, our sacred text?
Well, this started out because I wanted to be, I think we'll move into other realms, but to a certain extent, I'm trying to keep it relatively tropical.
Yeah, makes sense.
Something about tropical travel, about the beach maybe, but it does go outside of that a little bit to start out with, but I saw it. I am talking today about the record for the world's tallest sandcastle.
Okay. I'm here for it.
It's on the beach. You're building a sandcastle, and all of a sudden you realize you have set the record for the world's largest, tallest sandcastle. However, when I dug a little deeper, not at the beach, not in a tropical place. One of the if I had to give you a list of if 100 guesses to the nation where this took place, it's not Tahiti, it's not the Hawaiian Islands, it's not the Bahamas.
If I had to bet based off of numbers, sheer numbers of world records set in this one country, and knowing they might have some sand that is not that's not waterlocked, that is landlocked. I think I know where you're going. Pakistan. I think that's a great guess. We're going to go with Denmark. Denmark is was the home to the world's largest sandcastle, coming in at 21.16 meters or 69 feet 5 inches. Almost hit the 70 feet mark. Tall?
70 feet tall.
No. How?
70 feet. With the help of a lot. This is not just a guy on a beach. This is a construction project. There were those like cherry pickers and cranes and scaffolding. I mean, it's like we don't know exactly how the pyramids were built, but this is similar.
I mean, there does sound like some room for tomfoolery here, Chip. We're sure this Dutch son of a gun just didn't run up to the top of a sand dune and put like a couple of flags and a turret at the top.
No, and it's actually much more serious than that, which is hilarious because the sandcastle is one of the goofiest things in the world, and they actually turn it into a very serious thing, which I think is hilarious.
Okay, hit me with it.
So it was found at the, I don't believe it's there anymore, but it's at the Sculpture Parken Blokhus.
That sounds right.
Right, in Denmark. It was completed in July of 2021.
Yeah.
The base is over 100 feet across. Again, like I said, it's almost 70 feet tall.
That's humongous, dude. That's a 7-story building, right? 10 feet per story?
I believe so, yeah. I think
nuts.
about that.
A sandcastle?
Yeah. Do you want to guess how many tons of sand?
Oh, I'm going to guess 12? I don't know. I'm
12 tons of sand?
Terrible at guesstimating.
6,000 tons of sand, Thomas.
And a ton is classically 2,000 pounds?
Yes. Yep. So
6,000 2,000s.
6,000 2,000. Is that 120,000? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
12. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, something like that. It might be even more. 6,000 tons of sand. Now, here's where there's a gray area here. Okay. It's made of sand.
It's actually a light beige area.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a little burnt sienna. It's actually made of 10% clay, which I guess the people of Guinness have allowed this, but it's 10% clay. There is also a layer. There's also a layer of glue on the they've basically there's a sheen of glue just so it wouldn't blow away. Right away. They wanted to keep it for a little while, so there's a sheen of glue on there. It's 10% clay. It is Denmark, the land where Legos were born.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not a whole bunch of Legos inside. I'm not saying I don't want to start any trouble, but I bet you there's a little bit of a Lego base in there. That's my guess. I don't want to cast aspersions, but I think the good people of Lego had something to do with this.
Yeah.
So it took over 30 sand sculptors.
Okay. That checks out.
That's a job that you have, a sand sculptor. They brought them all together in Denmark, and they're like, we're going to build the one. Now, okay, so not only is it the height of 70 feet, it was constructed in July of 2021, the height of the pandemic.
Wow.
Okay? It was to boost tourism in this town. They thought, all right, tourism has been shot to heck, and not to use a Danish term, but it was they're like, if we build this thing, kind of the stunt, it's like publicity, maybe we can get people to come to town. Everybody's hurting. They do this, and I think it worked. And part of me is like, all right, dude, just watch Tiger King and make some sourdough bread. But they were like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to be sort of a burnt one. We're going to bring the beach to Denmark and build the world's largest sandcastle. I think it stayed for a number of months. I believe it's not there anymore. I could be wrong about that. But here's the super serious part. This is the greatest part. If you look at it, it's this like, almost Taj Mahal looking, sort of pyramid style. It's a sandcastle. Yeah. And there's like people around it. It's very ornate. But all throughout the structure, including the top of the structure, it looks like to be maybe a beach ball. But it's much more serious than a beach ball. It's actually a sphere that is an actual coronavirus piece, like virus, like the actual
like the molecule
round virus, the microscopic round virus. And the top one, so there's a couple throughout to show everybody how the world has changed because of the coronavirus, because of COVID. And at the tippy top is a giant coronavirus, like one with a crown on the top of it, because COVID was king
Corona
that summer. Yeah, because Corona is a crown, as we know.
Oh, well, yeah. What a choice to I guess not immortalize, because sandcastles don't last. But what a choice to really celebrate and give a stage to the coronavirus.
I mean, just an homage, I guess. But they were also taking the power away from it too. They're like, look, this is the king, but we're taking it back. And then another record was set.
Okay.
It was actually destroyed 3/4 of the way through by the record-setting world's worst Big Brother. Yeah. He came and knocked it over and made all 30 sand sculptors cry.
That'll check out.
They told their mom they had to start over again.
And you know what that guy's going to grow up to be someday?
What's that?
A fantastic Uncle Mike.
He's going to be a great Uncle Mike. He is going to be an amazing Uncle. Speaking of Uncle Mike, okay, I got to tell you this. We're going to Ocean City this week, Ocean City, New Jersey.
Beauty.
It's not exactly Hawaii, but hey, it's the Jersey Shore. And we are going with my wife and I and her brother, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and their 5-year-old son, my nephew, one of my other nephews. And his thing the last couple of years, he enjoys when I dig a trench for him. Like we dig a trench, and then like the water comes in, and then I also dig a hole and we bury him in the sand. He likes to be buried like like up to his neck in sand or whatever. So that's the thing. And here's the thing: I love manual labor.
Yeah,
just mindless manual labor. It also gets me out of the house. What I'll do is they're all packing up, getting ready, doing around. I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna go to the beach an hour early. I'm gonna get started on this ditch. I get to just go out there by myself in the sun and sand, and just because, hey, who doesn't love being a ditch digger? And just like nobody's bothering me. I'm just listening to the waves, and I'm just digging a ditch for my nephew to be buried in. Let me tell you this, Thomas. That is why the beach is one of my favorite places on earth, because the beach is the only place on earth where you can dig a child-sized hole and nobody asks any questions. You can't do that in suburban Philadelphia.
No.
They're gonna call the authorities. You can't do that in Nebraska. You can't do that in Iowa. Just dig a child grave and people are like, oh, yeah, he's just doing his thing. Let him go. He's having fun.
There's something so satisfying about digging a hole, too.
There really is.
I'm glad you found that outlet, because you're right. There's no good reason to dig those holes, but holes are fun to dig.
Yeah.
And you can get away with it at the beach.
Maybe I'll try this year to dig the largest beach hole on earth. Maybe I'll get in the good book that way.
I mean, I think you'd need, at least as many hole diggers as sand sculptors.
Yeah.
In the Dutch Sandcastle record.
The Dutch oven. Yeah, absolutely.
The Dutch oven. Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway,
yeah.
Congratulations to the people of Denmark with at 69 feet 5 inches, the world's tallest sandcastle.
Truly remarkable in scope. That's way bigger than
I'm going to say some Danish burnt ones.
Yeah.
Some burnt Danes.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Well, for my record, we are heading to Spain, Chip.
Ooh,
we are heading to Spain
a little south
to find a
little south from Denmark.
Just a little, to find a burnt one who has pushed the limits in multiple ways of what the human body can accomplish, and he has done it with his own 2 feet, largely over mile distances. Am I talking about the fastest mile ever ran? No.
Yes. No.
I think that is too pedestrian. I think we already saw that on the Olympics. It's something that happens.
It's been done, Thomas.
It's been done. People are competing at it. Like there's a whole structure to how you train for it. A global community of competitors going head to head. This is different, Chip. This is the fastest mile ever ran while controlling a ping pong ball on a ping pong paddle the whole time.
This is the Olympics that we need as a nation.
It really
and as a world, and I applaud this. So the fastest mile run by somebody controlling a ping pong ball with a paddle.
Yeah. Care to guess?
20 minutes.
Oh, my. No, we're way off. 6 minutes, 4.41 seconds.
Whoa. I can't run a mile without a ping pong ball that fast.
I certainly couldn't. I don't know that I could run a mile period right now.
Well, yeah.
We will, and that's something we'll talk about coming up in Hawaii. There is a little turkey trot in Waikiki on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. We might,
come see the show on Wednesday night. Get up early, do the turkey trot.
Just do a little. I think there's a 5K. There might be a 10K option, but just blowing it out the day after, a little run with the boys with the sunburnt boys and girls. Let's do it. That sounds
make it happen.
Unbelievable. Waikiki in the morning is a very special place. But yeah, so that's something to I'll probably need to do a little bit of training for. We'll talk about it. We'll talk. You've done a lot more distance running than me. Maybe you'll put together a little program.
Yeah, I can do that. We put together a nice little program. I will say this: a 5K is a lot more attainable than most people realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get it going.
We'll do it. And I'm not even going to involve ping pong balls.
I mean, you can though. You're not saying you're not banning them.
No.
If we want to incorporate ping pong balls, we can.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Also, Christian Rodriguez also has one more record over a mile distance for fastest mile while dribbling a basketball.
This guy he's got all the sports. I mean, that's not the...
Yeah. And this is mind-blowing.
Those are two very different skill sets.
Oh, yeah. One's bouncing up, one's bouncing down.
Mm-hmm.
He is
directional.
He is playing gravity a fool.
Yeah.
And he accomplished the mile with the basketball, 4 minutes 23 seconds.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He ran a mile in 4 minutes, 23 seconds. I mean, just over 50 years ago, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. Maybe a little bit longer. I forget exactly when. But broke the 4-minute mile without a basketball. And this dude's doing it 4:23 with a basketball.
Here's the world record I'd like to see you win. Fastest mile with a ping pong ball clinched between your buttocks.
How do you know I haven't done it already, Thomas?
Well, it's not in the good book. I know you.
It's not,
I know
it's
you
true.
haven't set the record.
No, I have not. I've not publicly set the record yet. Yeah.
But I think that I think that would really slow you down.
It would.
Because free range of buttocks very important for any kind of gait.
You need those glutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep the structural integrity of that ping pong ball, that's also a difficult proposition.
Yeah. So it's like doing a 5K is very attainable. A 5K 1 PPB
right
is a lot less attainable. That's a lot harder.
Yeah. So I wonder what this guy he's obviously a great runner.
Oh yeah, I bet he is a tremendous runner. But like, if you're number 3 in the world, you're not getting in any record books.
No, so you need to do something.
You need to add your own flourish. Put a new color of paint on your house. Yeah. If you can't be the biggest, you can be the pinkest. You know what I mean?
That is true. I believe Kesha said that.
She woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Okay.
And she was also yelling timber. Those are two things I know about Kesha. And that's it. Mm-hmm. That is it. All right, man. So that's what I got for world records. That was
a twofer, man.
It was a twofer, but he's a twofer. Christian Rodriguez didn't stop at just one. He's like, I think there's more balls and more running to be done.
Yeah. The man's got balls. That's all we got to say.
He's got balls. He's got bounces.
Mm-hmm.
He makes them work together. And he's got wheels. He absolutely has wheels.
Yeah.
So keep pushing the limits. Keep striving for greatness.
Maybe someday we'll be talking about your world record that you've set.
If you set a world record and you've seen this podcast, we won't just talk about it. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
If you want to come on, if you are a current holder of a world record, let us know. We'll bring you on the podcast. We'd love to chat with you. And I promise you it's going to be positive because we don't do gotcha interviews. We build people up.
Although if we did, we wouldn't announce it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Oh, but what if we were trying to set the record for biggest gotcha interview?
Biggest gotcha interview, yeah.
There's
got to be world records for like the worst things that people have done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I wouldn't want to celebrate, that I would want to chide them for. Like, you know, most elderly people swindled.
Yeah.
You know, like, why would we celebrate that? It is a record.
Yeah.
It is an achievement.
Most boogers put in a KFC deep fryer. We're not celebrating that, but that record's out there. There's somebody that's done that more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most tickets scalped from a Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise show.
Ooh.
It's the dark web.
That guy or girl is on my list.
Yeah.
They are on my list. Although, as much as I don't enjoy the scalping, thank you for buying tickets in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yes. We do appreciate that.
We do appreciate the revenue.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for world records. It's time to move on to Buffett facts, Chip.
Let's do it.
Let's
make it happen.
We love Jimmy. He's a big inspiration for what we do here on the podcast. He really did live a life of his own design.
Yep.
I was doing a little reading up on him. He started off as a musician in Nashville, wanted to be a journalist. Started off as a musician in Nashville and just didn't buy into the Nashville BS. He just felt like he didn't fit on, and he didn't want to capitulate to what they were asking him to do. He wanted to carve his own path, stuck to his guns, did not care if he wound up penniless, and it worked out pretty gosh darn well for him.
Yeah.
He just, lived the life that was true to him, followed the path he wanted. That's what we're trying to do here on the Sunburnt podcast. And we've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of research, a lot of digging, and we have some facts about Jimmy Buffett that people didn't know.
These are deep, deep facts.
These are deep, deep facts. Some of them uncovered publicly for the first time ever. So each week we do the research. Chip and I each are going to tell you one.
You want to start us off?
Yeah, no problem. Jimmy Buffett once jokingly told a sea turtle they needed to come out of their shell. And that was how the first eel was ever created.
The man was a Dr. Dolittle, Tommy. That's incredible.
Yeah, he was a created species, Chip.
I love it. All right, you ready for my fact?
Hit me with your fact, Chip.
Jimmy Buffett never put ice in his drinks. He just picked up the glass, and it got cool.
He did have that effect. He could make anything cool.
He really could. Yeah.
What a man. What a life. What a career. What a couple of facts. Can you imagine just having that much sway on the world and culture?
Over physics?
Physics, over genetics.
Yeah.
Over
the Galapagos, the tortoise of the Galapagos. Yeah.
Kingdoms, species, phylums, all of it. Class order.
Mm-hmm.
Kings play chess on French girls' stomachs.
Oh, I learned keep cool at all sporting events. Is that the right one? No, that's a different one.
No, it's kingdom, phylum, class,
species,
order.
Oh yeah, kings play chess as good sport, I think is what I learned. Kings play chess as good sport. Mine was not quite as risque as yours.
I mean,
the Oregon school system was a little bit more open about things.
Yeah, I remember the teacher that taught me that was like an Ivy League guy who somehow ended up teaching junior high science in Medford, Oregon.
I've seen AP Bio. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's the exact same storyline. Same storyline. Except I think he really enjoyed teaching junior high science.
I mean, God bless him, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's just hope there's not a dark side to that man. Yeah.
Oh, there was a dark side. There was a cheating scandal he was involved in.
Oh.
I was involved in it too.
Whoa.
So was another person. Apparently, a test came back from my class, and somebody else had the same exact answers as I did.
Thomas.
And since he couldn't prove which one of us copied the other one, he failed us both. And Chip, I don't know if you know how I feel about rules, but I've literally never broken one. So it wasn't me, but I failed this test. I'm still a little chapped about it, Chip. Still,
that's awful.
A little chapped. But I'm not going to fail the test on November 26th. Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise. I know where I'll be.
Yeah.
I'll be acing it in Waikiki.
As will I.
Well, dude, we got to get it wrapped up,
we got to get moving,
buddy.
Yeah.
This was a blast. Thanks so much. Enjoy your trip to the Jersey Shore.
Thank you, buddy.
And until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. I was wondering if someone could come up to my room and take away the complimentary hotel horse.
Oh, we don't give complimentary hotel horses.
Then how did this... you know what? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Is there a service elevator?